welcome everyone to the playoff scenario mini video. Might not be, I don't know how long it's going to take, but here are your current standings. Right now, guys, I wanted to get this video out before the last week. This is not the weekly report, but this is just the playoff scenario episode, so you guys can know what you want to do for your matchups this week, because everyone's still in it. Okay, Quailmen, Trolls, Tiger Sharks, Room Dogs, Heaters, and the Dumpster Fire are all still in the hunt and have not clinched anything. The Smeagol's have clinched a playoff spot, but they have not clinched the East just yet. The Voyagers have clinched a wild card spot. The Finesse and Titans Elite have also clinched the playoffs, but they are also fighting each other for that top spot in the West. So let's get into the actual, scenarios. And again, this took a long time to make. I don't really want to admit how long it takes to make basically manic writings of like a psychopath, of just all of these different types of scenarios that each of you will go through, or that we have. I mean, it was a big headache. Took a long time today, but got it out, got it done. And yeah, so let's get into it. Here's the key at the top left, guys. CD plus 1 RB, that's clinched division and first round bye. W is a win, L is a loss, of course. CD, the blue CD, is a clinched division, like how you can clinch your division. CW is clinched the wild card. And then we have the tiebreaker by points differential shit. OS is for outscoring. Like, you need to outscore this other person by this many points. And DOS is don't get outscored by, which is basically the opposite. You don't want to get outscored by this other person by however many points. Okay? So let's get into it. We're going to do this by division, and we're going to start off with the easiest division first, which is the West. Okay? And first off, we have Joe. The Titans Elite. They can clinch the division and a first round bye with a win. That's all they need. They just need a win, and they got it. Or they can get a loss and the Finesse have to lose. Or they can lose, the Finesse win, but they have to outscore the Finesse by 55.5 points. Okay, if that happens, then they clinch the division and the first round bye. For the Finesse, all they have to do is win, and the Titans Elite have to lose and not get outscored by Joe by 55.5 points. That's how the Finesse take the West. They've already clinched. Okay, both of these teams have already clinched a wild card spot if they don't clinch the division. So that's why I didn't put the clinched division or clinched wild card for these two teams, because we're already in it. The Voyagers, super simple. We've clinched a wild card spot. There's nothing else we can really do since the Titans Elite won last week over the Wise Guys. So the Voyagers are sitting kind of at a nice spot, really, just kind of waiting to see who they will play. Will they play the Titans Elite twice, or will they play the Finesse? Either way, they're going to have to play the same team within 3 weeks, within the same 3 weeks. So it's going to be tough. And the Washington Wise Guys, well, you're fucking out. All right. So that's how the West teams, that's what they can do for their playoff chances. But that's the easy shit, okay? This was easy. Now let's get into the Central. And the Central, this is where it gets fucking complicated. The Central and the East. So, starting off with the top of the Central, we've got the Trentham Trolls. They can clinch the division with a win and a French Quarter Quailmen loss. Or they can clinch the division with a win, a Quailmen win, if they don't get outscored by 64.5 points. They can clinch a wild card spot with a win, a Quailmen win, a Hickory Grove Heaters win, as long as they don't get outscored by the Heaters by 30.5 points. Okay? Moving on down to the Quailmen. It's going to get rough. The Quailmen, to clinch the division, they got to win. They need the Trolls to lose. and they cannot get outscored by the Tiger Sharks by 106.5 points. So pretty much means that all Dan has to do is win, and Rico has to win, and the Quailmen have sealed up the Central. But hell, Rico's put up a massive amount of points before, so you never know. Again, I put all the scenarios in here. The Quailmen can clinch a wild card spot with a Tampa Bay Tiger Sharks win, a Hickory Grove Heaters win, a Dumpster Fire loss, and outscore the Heaters by 34.5 points. The same thing can happen if the Dumpster Fire win, but they have to not get outscored by the Dumpster Fire by 84 points. So again, that's really pushing it there for that to happen, but you never know. Fucking Dumpster Fire just got, doubled up on this week by, what was it, like 80 points? 100 points? Something fucking ridiculous. So, you never know. Down to the Tampa Bay Tiger Sharks. Woo! They can clinch the division with a win and a Quailmen loss. That's it. Isn't that fucking crazy? They can clinch with a win, a Quailmen win, but they got to outscore the Quailmen by a fuckload. Okay? They can clinch a wild card spot with a win, a Quailmen win, a Heaters win, a Dumpster Fire loss, but they got to outscore Matt by 140. Don't see it happening. And again, if the Dumpster Fire win in that scenario, they have to also outscore the Dumpster Fire by 22 while also outscoring the Heaters by 140 points, which, I mean, if Matt just doesn't start his guys, in that case, he doesn't have to worry about them because they'll lose. So, yeah, Rico's got a tough squad. The easiest way for the Tiger Sharks to get in is if he wins and the Quailmen lose. So, you never know. And the Bunny Bangers. I didn't forget about you. Yeah, you're fucking out. All right, Bunny Bangers are out. What can you do? But the Bunny Bangers and the Wise Guys have clinched at least a top 4 pick in next year's draft. They will get a bye in the losers bracket. Okay, they'll get a bye, and we're gonna do the draft again by the losers bracket. So if you win out in the losers bracket, you get the first round pick. Okay, but it's more fair for the 2 worst teams to get a bye in the losers bracket, so then that they can have a better shot at getting that top pick anyways. But if the Bunny Bangers and Trolls both lose, then the Bunny Bangers would get the 4th pick, and the Trolls would, not the Trolls, the Wise Guys would get the 3 pick. And then whatever teams beat them would get the 1 and 2 pick, depending on how they play in that final game. Anyways, whatever. On to the East. Let's take all this shit away. Bye-bye. Let's get on to the East. It's fucking rough from here. All right. The Smeagol's. They can clinch the division and a first-round bye with a win. Just like Joe. All they got to do is win, and they're in with a bye. They can lose and have the Roon Dogs lose, and they get that bye. But if they lose and the Roon Dogs win, they can't get outscored by Mandy by 130 points. So, again, the Smeagol's are looking pretty solid right now. They could probably even sit their entire squad and still not get outscored by Mandy by 130 points the way that her team is playing right now. But, so Smeagol's have pretty much got it locked up. But, again, I'm listing them all. The Roon Dogs, they can clinch, that first round bye. If they get a win, the Smeagol's lose, and they outscore P-Man by 130 points. Probably not going to happen. Or they can clinch a wild card spot with a win. So Mandy win and she's in. If Mandy wins, she's the catalyst in all this shit. If Mandy wins, it just shits on everybody else, and it just leaves the Central. Because no one else in the East can get as many wins as Mandy, because Mandy got that win last week on the Smeagol's, which, again, like I said in the chat, fucked everything up, right? But if Mandy gets a win, everybody, all the rest of these are out the damn window. So we'll see what happens. On to the Heaters. Get ready to read. Whew. The Heaters. They can clinch a wild card spot with a win, a Dumpster Fire loss, and a Quailman loss. They can clinch a wild card spot with a win, a Dumpster Fire loss, a Quailman win, a Tiger Sharks win, but they can't get outscored by Rico by 140 points. They can get a win, a dumpster fire loss, a quail man win, a trolls win, and outscore the trolls by 30.5 points, but don't get outscored by the quail men by 34. Very interesting. They can get a win, dumpster fire gets a win, quail men get a win, trolls get a win, but they can't get outscored by Hunter by 120, so whatever, but don't get outscored by Dan by 35. So very, very close here for the heaters. And the last scenario is if they win, dumpster fire win, quail men win, tiger sharks win, they can't get outscored by the quail men by 34.5 points, and they can't get outscored by Rico by 140 points. So probably not going to happen there, but yeah. And then the dumpster fire, who had basically the easiest path, or not the easiest, sorry, I guess you would say the simplest path. They got to win. The Hickory Grove Heaters have to win. So they're rooting for the Heaters to win. They need the Quailmen to lose, but they got to outscore the Heaters by 118.5 points when they just got outscored by the Heaters by 100 points. So they really hurt themselves in that last game by getting shit on. So yeah, it's pretty rough for the dumpster fire. As of now, it's all on the Rune Dogs. If they can win, whew, Heaters and dumpster fire, that shit don't matter. Rune Dogs have to lose. Okay, I didn't really put it in there for the Heaters and everything, but that's how it happens. So that's basically it, guys. Again, I kind of wanted to make this quick. It's still 12 minutes, but fuck me, right? So, yeah. Cheers. Woo! Oh, and good luck.